Hi, this is Shankar, and this is the second part of the video which I was making where I told you that Jupiter and Saturn both are in the Uttarashada nakshatra. Uttarashada nakshatra is a very good nakshatra. I'll talk about it just now. And what I believe that it has an impact on the house previous to it, back of it, that is site is, and it has an impact on the Purvashada nakshatra. The Purvashada nakshatra's energies are very different. Purvashada nakshatra, as I told you in my last video, is the energy of a Hitler, a person who wants to do anything, he will do it right or wrong, and that is exactly what is happening at the moment, which I explained to you in the last video. Now, what is happening is, what is Uttarashada nakshatra? Uttarashada nakshatra is the nakshatra where at the moment retrograde Jupiter and Saturn are there. So let us understand they're going to give the effect of Uttarashada nakshatra. The ruler of Uttarashada nakshatra is Surya, right? And the ruler of Purvashada nakshatra is Shukra. So what is going to happen in Uttarashada nakshatra? Uttarashada nakshatra is a very, very fine nakshatra. It is a nakshatra which is denoted by elephant's tusk, and the elephant's tusk by which is denoted is elephant tusk is a thing which is valuable. It is like the show of the elephant. It is priceless, and it is a sign of a victory. So the nakshatra of Uttarashada is a nakshatra which talks about victory, and victory in the right way. It is a nakshatra which believes in getting things and achieving your objectives in a way which is as per your as per the right thought and the right direction. It is not a nakshatra which is an obstinate nakshatra. And since it is denoted by elephants, it is always denoted by victory. It is also denoted by the 10 Vishwadevas, which is actually a summation. The Vishwadevas are summation of goddess, goodness, truth, willpower, desire, firmness, like that. There are 10 things which denote these things, and the Uttarashada nakshatra by itself is, as compared, I was also talking about Rahu is a planet which gives illusion, which gives things which are quick, which are sudden, is in the nakshatra of Gemini, is in Gemini sign, in the nakshatra perhaps of Mrigashira. It will come into Mrigashira, of course, because it's going to Taurus. So Mrigashira is another nakshatra which is a very unstable nakshatra, and a nakshatra which likes material wealth. Both Mrigashira and Rohini are nakshatra which like material wealth. They have desire. Similarly, if you get into details, willpower is denoted by Adra and Kritika nakshatra. Skill is denoted by Hasta and Chitra. Time is denoted by Bharani and Anuradha. So this is a nakshatra which denotes the nakshatra where Rahu is there also is about desire and timidness. Timidness, when combined with Rahu as a planet there, it makes it very, very, very lethal. So this is what I feel is about Uttarashada nakshatra, and Uttarashada nakshatra is actually shown by an animal known as mongoose, the way it is depicted. And a mongoose is the only animal which can kill a snake. So opposite to this nakshatra is the Ashlesha nakshatra, which is denoted by a snake. So what happens is, my view is that as we transit from, it is the impact of the last 15 years, the things that happened in the last 15 to 20 years, 15 to 18 years, they are having a culminating effect today. So, it is the snake which is going to get killed. It is the mongoose which is going to kill the snake. The snake doesn't mean the virtual snake. It is the cunningness of the snake. It is the intellect of the snake. It is the charm of the snake. Snakes have a lot of very good qualities, but those qualities are negative. Now, this nakshatra Uttarashada, with these two planets are there, shows that there is going to be a kind of a change which is going to happen. And as it is denoted by mongoose, which is also not a very simple animal, it is a very cunning animal, and it knows, it is a very courageous animal. It knows how to, get into it, get into things, and do things. So this nakshatra is the nakshatra next to Purvashada, that is the Uttarashada nakshatra, is a very balanced kind of a nakshatra which will culminate the things which have happened in the past, culminate the things which have happened in the past, and the negativity of all those things. It will not be finished. I mean, we will not come into a yuga of Satyug, but there will be a kind of a balance which is there, and this nakshatra, if there is a story which goes, it is also the 21st nakshatra, the Uttarashada nakshatra 21st, and 3 is always a very good name. And in this nakshatra, the story which is associated is the story of Ganesha, that he was made by Parvati through her powers, and she had told that nobody to enter because she was taking bath, and Shiva came. He didn't allow Shiva to enter. They had a fight, and Shiva was having a tough time fighting Ganesh, but then he used his weapons to to kill him, and that is when Parvati got so annoyed that the entire balance. So you understand this story of the entire balance, the equilibrium of the world got shaken, and Parvati is like the Maya, the illusion, the external thing which rules us. All this luxuries, your marketplace, your gambling dens, everything is ruled by Parvati. She is the profound Maya, and when she got angry, there was a disbalance, and to create this balance in the world, then Vishnu had to come, and Vishnu advised Shiv and Brahma to put the first head they see, and this head was nothing but the head of an elephant, which was a celestial elephant of Indra, and that was put on Ganesh, and Ganesh was made as the gun of head of all the ganas. I mean, Shiva has huge amount of ganas which create destruction. Remember that without destruction there cannot be any construction. So each gana has a role in destroying something in this world, which Maya keeps on giving the illusion, the illusionary world. Parvati, that is our Maya, the senses, the enjoyment which you have, so many other things, everything. I mean, you name it, everything around the world, by which the world is existing. I mean, all the M's and everything is that Maya. And it is a destruction, and then that paves way for a new thing. So, the work of Shiva is also very important, and that is complemented by Parvati by keeping the equilibrium. Let us only not talk about Shiva as endangering your life. Shiva gives you the power to do a lot of things. It gives you the power to destroy a lot of things. Things get destroyed. Then this world is kept into a kind of a balance by Parvati, and this is what is the story of Uttarashada Nakshatra, that Ganesh was beheaded by Shiva, and then the elephant head was put, and thus was born a pure new identity, which is known as Ganesh, and he is the head of all the ganas. Ganas are the people who are with Shiva, the Shiva's army. It is it is not literally, don't take it army. It is this consciousness in which a lot of people do their work. So he was born. So therefore, what I'm trying to tell you the story is that the Uttarashada Nakshatra is going to get us something like this. There is a disbalance which is going to happen, which is happening, and this disbalance, which is the churning, also will happen. In the churning will come out the your Amrit, as well as your your poison, both will come out. First, the poison comes out. That is most important. Let's understand that. And then finally, the Amrit would come. But when would this happen is, I believe, that after June, when Jupiter gets into Sagittarius, it is actually preparing itself for a, it is a small, it is a kind of a thing where there will be a brief kind of a respite which will be there, That will be a brief respite which will be there. Things will start moving, but a kind of a structure, a game plan would come for the economies of the world and nation of the world. That it is during that time these things will happen. But Saturn keeps its retrograde motion in Capricorn, so the balance and the disbalance, that is the balancing act, would start happening as soon as Jupiter gets into Sagittarius in July. The balancing will start happening, changes will start happening, and when it is Saturn and Jupiter both become direct, and that is in the month of October, November, and Rahu also comes into Taurus, which is the sign of wealth, which is the sign of money, which is the sign of food. That is where a situation will start where things would a new kind of a system would start, a new economy will start, new rules would start, new things would start. Some kind of a big distraction would, some kind of big decision, I should not use the word distraction or that, some decision, some changes, some kind of a kind of a clash between religion, clash between two countries. Something would happen in the month of August, September, is my belief. Something would happen. And then after that would be a new kind of a world, a new thing would start by the month of end October, beginning November. That is my take for the international thing. But this is just a thing where, a churn is happening, the balance is happening to conclude. The balance would be for the good. It is the mongoose which is eating the snake. The snake, a lot of snakes would come, fall in place. A lot of negative things would fall in place. A new era kind of a thing would start by October, November. And when Jupiter comes in Capricorn, that is next year, that will be a time when, a new order would start in terms of the entire world's the changes in your way of working, the changes in dynamics, the changes in relationships. So this is a period of change, churn, and a new thing which would be happening. As far as your personal things are concerned, it has to go, I have to go to either Rashi wise, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, but that is how we have to see. But let's give you the example of Aries. Aries, Jupiter and Saturn are in your house of profession. So all those who are in Aries have to be careful in their actions. Have to be careful. The people with the moon sign of Aries have to be careful in their actions as far as the profession surely is concerned. So what the 10th house would denote, there would be an impact of the other planets would be there. And during these two transits, one has to see the movement of Shukra and Surya. So they are going to be playing very important roles also. Plus, we also know the planet which gets exalted in Capricorn is Mars. So you have to see where Mars is going to be there, and Mars is going to be there in Pisces for about 5 to 6 months. And when Mars is going to be in the Pisces, that also shows that in terms of aggression, etc., there would be a peak in terms of aggression, in terms of religion, in terms of religion fanaticism, in terms of because this is the last sign, and this is the sign where buddhi becomes Buddha. Your buddhi will become Buddha. That is what is said. So it is also for the world. It would be a time when there would be changes changes of the kinds where there would be, when Mars goes into Aries, it would be a starting of a new uh, a new start of a new system of aggression, a new system of things um, in terms of the disposition is concerned. So that is what my take is on these two major transits, and they very clearly explain that there is going to be a churn. Saturn is causing the churn. There will be deception. There will be changes. There will be changes in the system of working. There will be changes in equations, and there will be a starting of something which is new, which I really don't know, but that's what it is. And nobody could have guessed that COVID would happen, but hindsight, you see, this is also a method by which the change is happening. It could be one of the contributors which is churning. When the churn happens, a lot of things came. So wish came that this could be one of the poisons, and then ultimately it is all going to go for doing a good for everybody, and it will be a good 7.5 year period, starting from 2021 end. It would be a good period starting from 2021 June, let's put it, to be very optimistic, of a good 7.5 year period of a different kind of growth and changes. So with this, I wind up this part 2 of the video. If you have any questions, you can contact me at connectingminds@gmail.com. You have my site, shankerstudy.com, my personal website, shankeradawal.com. Please buy my books at Sagar Publications. I don't do this astrology as a professional. It's a hobby, it's a research which I'm doing from the age of 20. My father was also an astrologer, but again, not an astrologer. He was a very senior government officer, but did astrology as a hobby, and I learned a lot from him. So I've been doing astrology the last more than 40 years, and as a child, I used to listen to astrology. One day, I'm giving free. Anything free is not good, as they say, and you should always take dakshina. That is the whole aim of dakshina. That nothing comes without an effort. Anything which happens, even if you make a temple, if you make anything that has happened with the efforts of people, and we should value that effort. So one day I may start taking money and doing astrology, but that I would spend on a good cause, say at Vrindavan, and so that it has a good karmic effect both on me as well as the person who has given. Please share this video, and if you liked it, do share it. Thanks, and bye for now. Thank you.